What's up, Bottom Nation? I am coming to Denver, Indiana, and Raleigh, and San Francisco in the next few weeks. And then we added new tour dates: Ohio, Iowa, Nebraska, Virginia. I am coming everywhere. AshleyGavin.com. Get on the text list. The number is in the description. I will only text you when I'm coming to town. And then today we have a bre-peat. Bre-peat. And Breanne is awesome as usual. A fan favorite, Breanne Williamson. Bottoms love Breanne. Bottoms for Breanne, BFB. Wow, I need coffee. But on today's episode, we talk about Bree's trip to Las Vegas. We talk about going to the strip club and lesbian dancers. It's a fun one. It's really great. And then, you've got Kate's shows coming up. So go to katesisk.com, the Kate Sisk. Make sure you're supporting Kate as well. All right, Bottoms, I hope you have a great week. Listener, unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard about microdosing. If you don't know what microdosing is, you can do a quick Google. But basically, the idea is that you take the littlest bit of a substance just to feel good, but not to feel high. It's sort of like giving a girl just the tip of your finger. It's honestly sometimes the best way without going all the way to Pound Town, because you don't always need to be in Pound Town. A lot of my friends are microdosing, and I can see what an amazing effect it's had on their mental health and their mood. That's why I'm excited that today's podcast is sponsored by Lumi Labs, and they are the creators of Microdose Gummies. Microdose Gummies deliver perfect entry-level doses of THC that help you feel just the right amount of good. They sent me some free samples. I gave them to Alex, and oh my gosh, did he love them. He was raving. 10 out of 10. And I could tell they put him in a much better mood. Microdose is available nationwide. To learn more about microdosing THC, just do a quick search online or go to microdose.com and use code GAY to get free shipping and 30% off your first order. Wow, that's a lot, 30% off. Links can be found in the show description, but again, that's microdose.com and use code GAY.
I went to Vegas. Everyone's hustling in that town. Seriously. Anytime we've gone to the strippers, my girlfriend and I, when we're in Vegas, every stripper's like, I'm gay too. And you don't know if it's real or not, but it feels good when they say it to you. You're like, you like me.
But you don't know, because I imagine some strippers do want to share that information with you because it's exciting.
It sounds like maybe lesbians are as easy marks as your average man.
Yes.
1,000%. The idea of like this like femme presenting woman being like, out of everyone here, like, I want you.
Yeah.
We're suckers. We're suckers just like the rest of them.
Bree, if you had a massive how erect would you say it is right now at this moment?
Oh my gosh. The lady boner is out of control. Every time I even hear your voice, just like,
Bree,
wow.
We're friends. We're friends. Stop
you
it.
You can have a hard on for your friends, the platonic love for their
That's
success.
Nice. Well, then I have a massive
platonic sexual
arousal. I'm massively aroused by our friendship and the mutual admiration that we have for
Do you have plans to meet yet?
No.
I've been avoiding it at all costs. I'm like, not a chance. Okay. Ashley, I was laughing so hard the other day when you constantly just bully everyone to join your text list. It's
honestly,
like
Bree, thank you so much for bringing it up in the episode organically. Join my fucking text list.
And then every day, I swear, it's like, have you joined the text list? You're an idiot if you haven't joined the text list. And then the other day, it was like, the text list doesn't work.
Fuck you. You.
Wait, I also have a mailing and text list.
Yes, get on Kate's fucking mailing and text list.
You can go to katesisk.com. Yeah.
Great.
Pop it in there.
But yes, it did break, but you should still be on it because I fixed it. I got the email today. It's fixed.
I love that.
Now I'm verified, so I can write gay, 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 gay all I want in my text.
Nice.
And the carriers know that it is the real Ashley Gavin yelling about gay and not the fake Ashley Gavin advertising gay sex.
Oh my gosh. I also love that you were like, oh my gosh, it only sold out in 24 hours instead of 15 minutes because my text list was broken. I was like, okay, boo-hoo, successful person over here. Only 24 hours.
Oh my gosh, I went to bed and woke up to find it was sold out. I wish it had done so as I was setting my intentions for dreaming that night.
Right? I was like, what is this?
Listen, if I'm gonna take over the world, you want to hear some bull? Here's some entertainment business bull. Netflix.
Yes.
Netflix isn't giving me a second show, even though we sold out in less than 24
Aw.
hours. There are other people who have multiple shows who have not sold any of their shows
Oh.
out. And I am mad about it.
Yeah.
That's how arbitrary and stupid this business is. And that means go sign up for our text and mailing lists, okay? I think you wanted to kind of bring a damper down on the conversation.
No,
okay?
the topic has changed. Oh,
Wow.
my teeth just whistled.
That was incredible.
Jeez, is there a chip? Seriously, have I chipped my front teeth?
A little boy with a chipped tooth is your gender this week.
That was insane. That really
was
just came
honestly
out
one of
of
the
me.
most beautiful things I've ever seen.
I
That
don't
makes
think
me
I
like
can make it happen again.
that was awesome. There's no chip.
Jeez.
Your teeth look. You have great teeth. You have a
Thank
great
you.
smile.
I went to the dentist, no cavities. That's wonderful.
That's
Really wonderful.
That's great.
I had not
Your
been in a
delivery is
very long
so
time.
good. I have to go, and I know they're gonna find some shit. I know they're gonna find little people back there.
Little people.
What's your bad news?
Well, we were talking about the importance of queer spaces, and apparently there was kind of a newish queer space in Brooklyn that somebody set on fire on purpose.
What?
Yeah.
Alex is nodding.
And
Alex knows the news before I do.
And it didn't really make much of a blip, and now, of course, it won't because of the subway attack. It really won't reach the.
Well, just you
front
wait till my
pages, but-
Instagram is unshadow banned, and then I get re-shadow banned for talking about this gay place that was set on fire. They're gonna be like, Ashley's gonna send a gay place on fire. We have to ban her account before she sets that place on fire.
I'm really hoping it was like some sort of gay revenge. Like
the bartender wouldn't give this patron her
Yeah.
number.
You're hoping for gay on gay crime.
I am hoping it was gay on gay crime, or like a disgruntled worker. You know that happens everywhere. Oh, you didn't pay out my check soon enough. I'm gonna light it on fire. I would like.
These are lesbians. They're not gonna. The only thing they're setting on fire is their little fireplace in their little cottage.
It was, but it's
in
not
upstate New York.
It was generally queer. It wasn't a specific lesbian space, as we know.
Oh, okay, then
I think
maybe-
there are only a very, very small amount of specific.
Do we know
lesbian
where it
places.
was?
Yeah, I think it was kind of Bushwicky area.
I'm so upset that like makes me want to cry.
It was, yeah. I was sad about it.
I saw, and there was that horrible beating of that young queer man on that. I think it was a queer person, struck me as maybe male, but I have no idea. And on the subway,
Oh,
got beat up, and the guy beating him up was using
I didn't hear about that.
slurs, and I saw it. I just burst into tears. I
That's
was like, I
awful.
can't believe
Oh.
this is still happening
Yeah.
in New York City, like of all
Yeah.
places.
Yeah, and there was people in the bar.
When it was on fire?
Yes.
So
When the person
hopefully
set it on
some
fire.
stage managers in there knew exactly where the fire extinguisher was.
So no one was hurt because the gays were so militantly organized that they were like, evacuate now.
They knew exactly where all the exits were.
They were like, don't go through that door. That's a door to the fuck room. Like,
Don't go through that door. That's where we keep the dildos.
The dildo closet. Like,
Shh. I didn't have a good riff, and I just wanted to make one.
I was in a gay bar one time when it went up in flames, and I
Oh my
finished
God.
my drink before it got I was like, this is like $9. I'm gonna finish this beer and then I'll get out. The sprinklers were on. It was
Did it burn
was-
down? Were you
No.
in the gay bar in Brooklyn?
No. This was like years and
He
years
was like,
ago.
and I set it on fire. It was me, and it was gay on gay crime.
No,
The drinks
it
are
was-
$9. They deserve to go down.
Bree's like, I finished my drink by pouring it on the fire. Just straight vodka onto the fire.
There's a Molotov
Oh.
cocktail joke to be made here, but
Indeed.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just slightly singed, really. I mean, but you didn't really notice much because it was just such a dive bar in the first place. Like, it just added to the character. Like, it was back open the next week. Like, they were like, whatever. It's just part of the aesthetic now. It just adds to it.
We should find out what bar that was and maybe try and help them out.
I know what it was. I'll send you the info. I don't want to say it publicly in case something bizarre is happening, but
Yeah, it makes you think. Like, it makes you, just as a queer, I had the one horrifying thought once of like how big Sunday school is getting. Come to Sunday school. And like the one horrifying thought, what if some incel, mentally unstable, homophobic person
Yeah, I mean,
found
that's-
out about this and just wanted to.
that's the reality
somebody.
of living in America. That as soon as something is really big and fun, you start thinking about how you might die there. having a great time right now.
Don't you love being queer? You're like, oh my God.
Land of the free.
I
Live
mean,
free and die.
not to make fun about specific mass shootings, but there was one at a fucking garlic festival. Like,
Was there really?
yeah, wasn't there? I'm not crazy, right?
You could just name
Did I dream
anything and
that?
there's been a shooting.
But you know,
Alex
it's like,
is going to check on the garlic
it
festival
was like
shooting.
there was just enough people.
Smelled delicious.
There was just enough people enthusiastic about one thing and forming community that it got to the critical mass where it's like, you know what?
And you know those garlic
We
phobes.
might not be safe
Those
right
garlic
now.
phobes. They really hate garlic. Anyway, how's it going in Canada,
Yeah.
Brie? You living in fear?
Not necessarily about that, but I will say I've been going out more to events again, and my social anxiety is back with a vengeance.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think also with being mostly in my apartment for the last few years and then going back out to these queer spaces. And I'm sure, Ashley, you can relate, and Kate, like having a certain growing following, and then you go back out and people have discovered you during that time. You're introduced to a lot of new people. And
Yeah.
Actually, like, do you ever feel like you're just like acting a complete fool when you meet people? I feel like I'm constantly a disappointment.
I feel... Kate, have you been recognized in public yet?
Not in public,
How
but
is that possible?
a lot of people have like come to see me at shows,
Yes,
which is a
yeah,
really
of
nice
course.
feeling, and I'm always glad when somebody like stops and says hi.
You'll get recognized walking down the street. You will.
People, you know what has happened?
You're on the
is-
train a lot. You're on that train a long time.
I
You got your mask on. That's what I'm saying. It's harder to get recognized.
yes. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, I'm not covering a lot of ground on foot these days.
Yeah. I love covering ground on foot. I'm just waiting for it to happen.
There was at Sunday school, at a Sunday school that I was at,
Yeah.
someone came up to me and was like, "Hey, my gosh, relate to you so much. You had a really good set, and I also just want to pass on that those girls over there also thought you had that you had a good set, but they thought I was you." Literally, I am in the room. I am in the room.
This person must have really looked more like you than you do.
But and I've had other people message me and be like, "Is this you? Are you at this place?" Like people are thinking
Yes,
that
people
they're
will do that.
recognizing
Yeah.
me, but I guess I'm just not at enough places.
You gotta get out on the town. You just need
Get
to
out
do
on the
laps
town.
through Bushwick. If you do laps through Bushwick, just go to Cubbyhole, Kate. You'll get recognized immediately.
I feel like you need like stunt doubles on foot to like, get more ground covered in New York.
Yeah, just TaskRabbit the guy from the Sandlot. He needs work. Maybe he'll walk around.
What is he up to?
Nothing. That was mean. I don't know why he's never hurt me. I don't know why I feel like he killed my mom or something. That guy, that bastard, rotting away, doing nothing. Lazy piece of shit. I have never acted. Maybe I've acted weird, but I think what's more weird is when people act weird to you.
I am always the weird one when I'm meeting people because I just panic. And when I was out the other night, I told every single person that I met that I had a menstrual cup in. Like I worked that into every conversation. Because I didn't know what
Did
else.
you have one in?
Yes, but I defaulted on it because the first person I was waiting in line and they turned around and then they were like chatting with me. And I didn't know what to say. Like, it's normal to wait in line for the washroom, but there's also like porta potties outside of this event because lesbian spaces, it's in like a fucking warehouse in the middle of nowhere. So there's 2 bathrooms and like 8 porta potties for like 10,000 people. But anyways, I'm in this long ass line for these 2 bathrooms and the person's chatting with me. And I just blurt out, the reason I'm in this line is because I have a menstrual cup in and I don't want to deal with that in a porta potty. And they didn't ask, like they just said hello. They didn't want to know
Brie,
why I was
love
there.
your work. Thank you for telling me about all the queer spaces that I could be in and how important they are. And you were like, I have a menstrual cup.
Literally. Like, what is wrong with me?
I relate to that so hard when as the listeners know, I got my gallbladder out in October, and for literally a month afterwards, people would ask how I was, and instead of saying good or bad, I'd be like, I got my gallbladder out. Want to see the scars? Like I just like
Yeah,
I was
same.
4. Like I was 4. Like there was one big thing that stays in brain, and now I have show and tell to show. It's like just on repeat.
I will say though, It does seem so in line with your personality to let people know that that you have a missing gallbladder. That's just the most Kate Sisk thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And to tell people that. Let's do intros, huh?
Let's do them.
All right, Bree, I'm so glad you're here. I have more questions about the menstrual cup, and you'll be able to bring them up organically now. It makes a little more sense. Hello, I am Ashley Gavin. We're in the apartment. We're having gay sex. We're having gay sex with my dear friend, Breanne Williamson.
Hello.
I love Bree so much. I think she's one of the funniest people I've ever met. If you like queer content, she's got a lot of it. Go check out her YouTube channel or TikTok. Breanne Williamson, everything, but Breanne Williamson _ on TikTok. Did I get that right?
No, I got rid of the underscore.
Oh, you're Breanne. You're unified. Breanne unified.
I hunted down the person. I hunted them down and was like, give me my name without an underscore.
Where's she
you don't
from?
Even post anything. I don't know who this person was, but I was just like, what's going on here? They didn't have a single piece of content. Not one.
Oh, yeah.
Did you make that argument when you talk? Did you come in strong?
Yeah, I came in strong. I was like, start delivering the content or give me my name back. I was like, I will give you a week to deliver 8 TikToks a day like I do. And otherwise, I need the name. I mean, I think that's fair.
And she was just like,
You have 1 week.
So they didn't respond. But then I woke up like 3 days. I was checking every day, right? Checking.
Yeah.
And then I woke up like 3 days later and their account was gone. So I think I just like bullied them off of the platform. And then I quickly changed my name.
Good for you. I'm glad you did that. Well, go follow Bree. She makes great queer content. She's also just a really funny, authentic, kind person.
Thank you.
And I want to be her friend so bad. And I have a little bit of yips, like scary. I'm scared to meet her in person, honestly, because what if we're not best friends the way we are on the phone and on this podcast and on our YouTube channels?
That's actually really scary to think about. Maybe we should just like keep it how it is.
Keep it entirely digital.
I'm going to meet you and all I'm going to talk about is that I have a diva cup in. Like you're going to see it. You're going to see the reality of me in person. You're like, no, thanks. Let's
Are they
backtrack
sponsoring you?
this.
Or are they just giving you money every time you introduce yourself? You go, hi, I'm Breanne Williamson and I'm wearing a diva cup.
I carry around like a little like QR code that you can scan with an affiliate link to diva cups.
Well, anyway, I'm Ashley Gavin. I'm a cis gay white woman. She, her pronouns. Tor. Bleh. Get on our text list and email list. I hate this so much. I hate this. It's all over the I don't even know. San Francisco. Let's do that one today. Denver, San Francisco, Raleigh. Those are probably the big ones coming up. And as always, my cancel coach to keep me from getting canceled. This wrestler really is a half Nelson.
Good. Very good.
Kate Sisk.
Hey, everybody. It's me, Kate Sisk, the cancel coach, the fat in the chat. I am a white bisexual lesbian dyke. My pronouns are she, he, they. Thank you. I did it pretty good. I took a deep breath, but I did it.
Kate hates all pronouns.
You can indeed. Anything goes. You can see me at the Lucas Spectacular at Union Hall on May 26th. Those tickets are on my Instagram at the Kate Sisk, and on my website www.katesisk.com, where you can find my mailing and text list. And my gender of the week, as brought to you by the listeners, is a paragraph that I am in love with. You're a dad.
I'm really into the soundboard.
You're a dad who runs into another dad in a Home Depot and stands in the middle of the aisle with your hands on your hips and talks really loud for about 45 minutes about plumbing, lumber, and other manly Home Depot stuff that my twink ass doesn't understand, while the rest of the family wants nothing more than to just go home. I loved that.
That was great.
I loved that very much. Thank
I love
you,
that
listener.
too.
Good soundboard action today.
Good soundboard
Notice
action.
it working out loud
I
on
noticed
a
it
Zoom
working.
episode. We fucking did it. It took 2
Nailed it.
years. But we did it, Joe. Bree, would you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah. Hey, I'm Breanne Williamson. My pronouns are she, her. I am a lesbian. If you see me anywhere on the internet, you already know that. And I create content about being a lesbian, and I podcast on I Can Explain Podcast.
Yes.
Nice.
If you're looking for podcast content, if you need more pod, go check out Bree's pod. Also, you look great today.
Thank you so much. I committed to the toque on Monday when I washed my hair, and now I have to wear it for the rest of the week because once you commit, you commit.
Wow.
You have to,
In Canada, that's the law with toques?
Yeah, it
They're a
is.
week
It's actually
long?
the official law. Yeah. At least 72 hours in the toque. Once you start, you got to finish it.
I have an amazing story that I wanted to bring Bree specifically on for.
All right.
So on the episode with Jake Cornell, go listen to it. I know you skip the episodes with men. Now I'm giving you an opportunity, listener. I'm letting you know that this is a dub. This is a part 2 on that. And that episode is about me meeting this Brazilian MILF.
That is awesome.
Isn't it? Yes, I believe I deserve that.
Is the Brazilian MILF older than you? Because I love older women. So
Yes.
like, I'm just like,
So interesting
wow.
that you asked that question, Bree, as if it's an option for a MILF to be younger than you. I believe that a MILF can be younger than you.
okay,
But
yeah.
someone in present company.
For me, it's really about someone being older than you.
But so you're telling me if someone was a mom, you know, like a mom, but there were 5 years.
Yeah, Ashley hooked up with someone who was a mom who was
20
six years younger.
28.
Okay.
6 years younger. That is wild that 28 is 6 years. Can we fix the math on that? She was 3 years younger than I was.
And so that's what brought up the debate.
Okay.
For me, the role that the way MILFs came into my life was when I was a teen fantasizing about friends' mothers or like teachers that were mothers
And then
or
God
mother-like figures.
Took his hand and put the word MILF into your brain. That's when it was gifted to you.
Aw.
But it was really about these people are like older people, motherly figures to my friends or to me that does it for me.
This lady,
it's not the idea of somebody being pregnant or lactating or something like that.
So it's not even about. Okay, I wasn't thinking that. You don't even put that on me.
it's not a MILF unless you suck a nipple and milk comes out, okay? It's only...
Wait. Specifically, they have to be a motherly figure to someone you know?
No, just like that's how the idea, like, oh, Tommy's mom is hot.
Close proximity MILF.
Tommy's mom
CPM.
is hot. She's a MILF. Or like,
Right.
like my math teacher is hot. She's old enough to be my mother. She's a MILF.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Cougar.
Or like, but yes, we've said it's cougars and MILFs have the square rectangle
relationship. Yes.
Okay.
We're doing the work on this podcast.
We are.
We are doing
this is
the
amazing.
work.
I'm so proud to be a part of this because this is like changing lives right now. This really is.
You know what's so funny about that is people think that it is changing their life. Some people.
For me, the MILF window increases as I age.
The MILF window.
Like when I was 13, someone who was like 35 could be very MILFy.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
now that I'm 30, I'm like looking at, like the other day at a show that I was doing. It's a big room, a lot of older lesbians.
Don't even get Kate started on MILFs. There's
And-
just like archives of material.
And I
Yeah.
mentioned that I played soccer for Puerto Rico, and of course, it's mostly women who cheer. And I'm like, thank you, lesbians. And then like someone else yelled something out and was basically like, and I'm also Puerto Rican. And I was like, so you're a lesbian Puerto Rican? She was like, yeah. And I was like, are you between 50 and 60? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, well, I'll talk to you after, because now at this point, between 50 and 60 or older, TBH, but is MILF category to me.
wow.
Okay.
We have a lot to unpack with that. But
Yeah.
I did say that this story is about a Brazilian MILF, and the amount I texted after this experience was over, I texted Kate and I said I had enough content for a year of the podcast.
Yeah, I gotta
from this
know.
alone.
I gotta
so
know.
We have to get into it.
I gotta
but basically, this Brazilian MILF, she's in her 40s.
Okay, cool.
She came to this show. She hit on me. And
Okay.
she was so cute. But she did this thing that like sometimes femmes do. They come up to you and they somehow let you know that it is time for you to hit on them. They're like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I love this.
This is what they do.
So
They just play this on their portable Bluetooth speaker. And you're like, yeah, it's this like weird nonverbal cue.
but she did that to me and I was like, oof, I like this. So I like don't really text her because look, it's tax season. Okay. I'm working on some creative projects outside of this podcast that are demanding. I'm going on tour. I have a lot going on, and
there's nothing like telling someone that it's tax season for foreplay. Like you're like, I'll get back to you, but it's tax season, so it might be a little slow. Don't mind me.
They're like, hey, want a 69? And you're like, how about 10.99?
Oh, she's also an attorney. That was really good. But anyway, oh my God, what do you guys want? Do you want the date or do you want the sex? Brie has a heart out. She has an erection right now. She can't hold it for much longer. It's huge.
Exactly.
It's busting.
Well, I feel like if you're gonna do it on 2 different episodes, you might as well do date first and then close with the sex later.
Oh, the sex was so good. The sex was, it was so good. So we go, and then like she's like, let's go get a drink. I was like, I don't drink. She was like, that's okay, let's get tea. And I was like, oh, that's really fun. I love tea as a date. I've done that a few times, but it's been a really long time since I have. So we Google this place. I don't even want to say the name of it because I'm not sure that it's real. Because it was so fun. It was so cool. And I don't want other people to know about it. So we go to this tea place in Chinatown. We walk in. There's a back room. It's all rugs and pillows and huge pillows that you can sit on the ground.
Cool.
Like everyone is, you take your shoes off. They like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, it looks like, you know how like Disney's Aladdin is an amalgamation of many different cultures, kind of like it's a little problematic, but it's also really fun thematically. That's what this place is. Like, I don't know what country this is, but like it's got a little bit of everything. There's like a genie in a lamp. You know what I mean? Like
problematic, but a little fun is where you should have stopped.
It's a nod to a lot of different cultures.
It's a nod to a lot of different cultures. Also, the people in the room are so much cooler than I am. It is just like the hottest people without their shoes on, just draped over these pillows. And it's like a chai exclusive spot. It's all chai.
Oh.
So I don't know if it's all the chai-based cultures. I have not done any research on this. If you're a chai expert, write in. Tell me why I'm being racist right now.
My Way or the Chai Way?
That's what it's called. It's called My Way or the Chai Way.
Because if its name is a pun, then it is probably a Thai establishment.
True.
My Way or the Chai Way. I'm trying to think of another chai pun.
Tchaikovsky. There's like classical music playing.
It's just all ballerinas and there's also caviar and other Russian and they're invading Ukraine. But so we're in there. It's great. We can like really like cuddle, like kind of get cuddly. You know what I mean? And she's telling me like her life story, which is incredible. It's incredible. This Brazilian MILF. When she got knocked up when she was 15.
Wow.
Isn't that what's so funny, Brie?
It was aggressive language, I think.
The knocked up.
She got knocked up when she was
but she's a lawyer now. She's like, she went to one of the best law schools in the country.
Yeah.
And she was a lawyer in Brazil.
Yeah.
So she's like a double lawyer.
Yeah.
A double lawyer.
Yeah.
Lawyer, double lawyer.
Double O lawyer or something. And I'm trying to Cliff Notes this because she's just such an incredible person.
Wait, so how many kids does she have? One?
She's one kid.
Nice. So,
and she was like so upset that her kid wasn't gay. It was hilarious.
Her kid is maybe arguably
close to my age.
Also old enough for you to date?
She is in my dating range.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about, I asked.
Right, she could be 30.
I asked, I'm not going to say because I don't want to give too many identifying things out here, but I asked how old her daughter was and I stopped for a second. She goes, her English, she's fluent, obviously, but she's not a native speaker. So she still like confuses certain words
quirks.
And little quirks. And sometimes she says things in Puerto Rican, like when she.
In Puerto Rican?
In Puerto Rican?
Portuguese. Cut that.
No, that's
staying in.
No, that's gotta stay.
I'm so embarrassed. Portuguese.
I'm vetoing that has to stay. As your guest, I need that to stay in.
This genius double lawyer from Brazil. Would you believe it? Speaks perfect English and Puerto Rican.
All right. That is all the time. If you're listening at home, I've wrapped the mic cord around my neck in order to hang myself because my career is, in fact, over. Oh my God, I'm ready to kill myself. I'm fully ready to kill myself.
The pipeline from Aladdin references to that was something special to witness, I will say.
I can't get this. You know what? I'm not going to unwrap it because I feel that I will make another mistake. So we're just going to keep it there. No, Portuguese. Excuse me.
Okay, so you asked her how old her daughter was.
Yes, and so I'm starting to think about it, and she goes, "Are you making maths?" And I just thought that was so fucking cute. And she has all these, like, she told me these, oh my God. So originally she had written me this note, and I wrote this down, and it's on my phone, so I'm not going to be able to grab it and tell you the exact Portuguese phrase that she told me. But originally when she wanted to ask me out, because she's been a fan of mine, not a fan of mine, she's known about my comedy since pre-podcast. She saw me live at New York Comedy Club a zillion years ago.
That's fun.
And has been following my career a little bit.
That's fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe her as a fan.
Yeah.
But she is aware of my work.
Yeah.
So she was like, she knew she was going to come to the show and ask me out. And they do this thing in Brazil. Little kids do it, but you do it as an adult too, as like a fun activity. And if you're a Brazilian listening to this, I'm not butchering this. I'm so sorry. But you like pass notes to each other, and you don't like meet me here for a date type of thing. She like made me this note, but I didn't text her back fast enough. So she ended up tearing up the note in half, thinking that I was just ghosting her. She was like upset about it. And then I texted her and we went out, and she gave me the note taped back together. But she,
oh my God.
Yeah. And she also had this like Portuguese word for like cat or kitten but it's also like slang for like hot girl that you want to bang, apparently, that she'd been calling me to her friend. And I was like, this is so interesting because I did feel younger. There was just something about the way that she was approaching it that like made me feel younger.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you like younger girls? And she was like, yes. And I was like, okay, MILF. Like, okay.
And you were like, me, baby.
But it was really fun. And then, okay, so we get the tea. Then she wants to go on the date. She knows it from the podcast. So we do the second half of the date.
The date.
We get this is the date that I take people
in
on.
your neighborhood.
In my neighborhood.
You have a signature date? Jesus.
Tighten the noose around my neck here.
That should be a Patreon level. The signature date experience with Ashley Gavin. I actually think that would pop off.
Okay, Brie, to respond to the whole question of this very mild, very small niche fame that I experience. Very, very small niche fame. Because I don't think it's fame. The problem is that everyone has neighborhood date spots. Everyone. But now my neighborhood date spots have become entertainment. And so now I bring people on my date, and people are like, you are just such a fuck boy. You're just such a fuck boy. Yeah. But she wants to go on the date. We get ice cream. I bring her out onto the pier.
Nice.
We start making out. Oh my God, I have never had my tongue down someone's throat so fast. She inhaled my tongue.
Inhaled.
And I was
oh
like,
oh
my God, like this is going to be great. So
a tongue deep throat to start it off after ice cream.
Yes,
I love that.
Super deep, super fast. She's like, I don't want to have sex, but I'll come over and we can just like talk or whatever. And I'm like, cool, that's fine. So we just have, I would say, 3 hours of the most intense foreplay I've ever had in my entire life. It was like we did everything without doing anything. I mean, she was like pinching me, like grabbing my skin. There was like biting. There was like,
I love this.
The boob energy was out of control. Like there was like light choking. There was just
light choking.
You know what I mean? There was everything.
Yeah.
I love
everything.
Wow.
And she was like saying things in Portuguese.
Nice.
Like,
That's
oh my
fun.
God.
Fun.
What?
Is she gone now?
No, I'm going to see her again tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love that for you.
So, I feel like I had to like do the story so fast that I couldn't hit all the wonderful, beautiful notes of this MILFy experience that I had.
Yeah.
But, I have to say this part.
Oh, okay.
So during the really intense foreplay, she says to me, she's like, do you want to know what I really like? And I was like, I'm going to die. Like I was like, sexually, you know, when you feel like sexually you're going to die?
Yeah.
It's just such a buildup and no release. You're like, I'm literally going to die.
Yeah.
I'm either going to kill you or kill myself. Like I'm going to explode.
Oh my God.
It was so intense.
Oh my God.
Like the
Everyone's
desire.
canceling their signature dates after that statement.
Man, I can't wait to go on my date with Ashley Gavin. She's either gonna kill me or kill herself. We're gonna have the time of our lives.
You know what I mean. Where the desire. Here's what it's like.
Okay.
A man once said to me that losing his virginity as a boy, and he's a cis man.
Yeah.
He was like, I had no control over my body. It felt like as soon as I was inside of her, a bear was just shaking me by the hips. That's what I felt like. I felt like I was fighting the bear.
I hate this. I hate everything about this.
Why can't you guys just accept that I had the most intense night of my life? You're just jealous that you haven't been with a Brazilian MILF. That's what it is.
I think whatever encounter you had with her has permanently altered maybe the language center in your brain, because the metaphors and expressions that you are grasping for to express what has happened to you are insane.
I'm literally crying my eyes out.
We weren't having sex. It was just foreplay for like literally 3 hours. I was like, please tell me what you like.
You didn't come in your pants?
No one came. Whew. Anyway, so she says anal, which I was not expecting.
Okay.
And I was like, receiving, and she was like, no. And then I was, of course, I was like, oh.
Ashley's never bent over so fast in her fucking life.
And then instantly, I was like, well, let me go to the bathroom real quick and take a shower. But she's like, she likes control. She
wanted to
really
peg
likes
you.
control. Well, then she goes, I like to trick the butches. And I was like, what?
Oh, I just heard I'd like to trim the bushes. And I was like, I'm not going to try and king shame over here, but that took a whole other turn.
No, there was definitely, my Brazilian is not, my wax is not up to date. She was definitely pulling my pubes, like grabbing each other everywhere. It was so intense. It was really hot.
Oh, wow.
I like to trick the butches.
She likes to she didn't mean like trick them into anal, not like she didn't like set up a little, she sets
like,
up a backwards cap.
I'm a little femme and look at me,
Right,
and
exactly.
I'm going to ass dominate you.
Yeah, I'm going to ass dominate you. So this woman is going
Good
to
for
ruin my
her.
life is what I'm trying to say.
Are you going to do it?
Yeah, I'll probably let her finger my butthole.
Nice.
I wouldn't let her peg my butthole because
Yeah.
I've never had anything big inside of me like anywhere.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I don't think that I could handle it. But
What if she comes
I
over
asked
with
her-
like
That's what I was just picturing.
I wish we spoke Portuguese.
like a deal or no deal suitcase, and just slowly opens it. Is like,
No,
I like
she's
to
got a
trick the
few. She
butches.
brings in her Brazilian MILF friends, and they all stand like Deal or No Deal on the stage.
And you're trying to
And
pick
I
the
go,
smallest dildo,
yeah,
and they open it
number
up and they're like,
24.
it's huge.
Yeah, I'd probably let her do it. I just asked her, I was like, how do I prepare? And she was like, well, if you went to the bathroom that day, just wash up and you'll be fine. I'm like, okay, well, what if I'm like chronically constipated? So I don't think I'm going to be, I don't know. If she's down, I'll clean up and do the thing, but I can't guarantee her it's going to be, I can't make any promises.
I like the clear communication from the start, though. You know, everyone knows what they're getting into, potentially.
Well, thank you for letting me do this really long story.
But it's okay. I love older
Wonderful.
women, so I just love hearing about older women. My ultimate crush ever is actually, I would say like me and my girlfriend's like joint crush, but definitely more my type is there's this woman at the fair every summer who's
I really thought you were going to go
say
with
celebrity.
You know, Susan Sarandon.
Oh,
but
no,
it's
no.
the woman at the fair.
No, and all of my friends know who this is. Like I've brought them to also witness this woman at the fair, and she's a blacksmith, and she is
Oh my
like,
God, you're so fucking gay.
Oh my
can't
God.
stand it.
she's like probably like in her 70s, and she's like the dykiest blacksmith ever. Her hands are like huge and like callous.
Who's the straightest blacksmith?
Yeah.
What woman is the femme blacksmith that we are not exposed
You
to?
wouldn't believe it. She's the dykiest motorcycle rider.
But honestly, something okay, she has like this show that's like a 15-minute show on the hour, right? And it's like, I think it's intended to teach like children
Oh my
like
God.
the craft
Wait,
of blacksmithing.
Are
What?
you going to a Renaissance fair?
No, no. I would like to though. I also feel like that would be just something amazing to see.
We have to
but no,
reevaluate our friendship if that's the case.
this is
I hear everyone at Ren fairs is polyamorous. Is that true?
That totally checks out to me.
it definitely has poly energy there for sure. At any fair, really. Like spicy at fairs. No,
So
this
her
is
show
just
is meant for children.
This show is meant for children. It's like a 15-minute experience where like she shows the basics of being a blacksmith.
Yeah.
And then
So
her,
it's a
like,
bunch of kids and then just a bunch of lesbians watching this woman.
literally. And I went the first time and I was like, okay, well, I need to like go get some snacks and then come back for the next hour experience. Like, this is unbelievable. She's like wielding her thing. She picks the metal up out of the fucking flames with her bare fucking hands. She's just like,
Holy
yeah,
crap.
it's the best thing ever. And so now I've recruited like all my friends to go. So I feel like she has like this following that it's always like 7 to 12-year-olds and then just like a bunch of dykes watching her show.
That's
But she's
so
that
funny.
hot. She's that hot.
Oh, I want to meet her.
Oh, I'll try and take a picture next time. It's coming up. It's
Yes.
summer months are coming. I'm marketing my calendar every year. I can't wait. I think I have like 3 months till I get to visit her. Just, you know.
Do you know this woman's name?
No, I don't. Just the blacksmith lesbian.
The
Wow.
blacksmith lesbian. $20 says her name is like Smith.
Yeah.
Well, that's my gay sex from this week. Woo!
Nice.
And what gay sex it was.
Indeed.
Listener, don't forget to support the Patreon, patreon.com/WHGS. That's how we pay Alex. He is a full-time employee of the podcast. We could not pay him on ads alone. That's how we pay Kate. And of course, me also. This is full-time work. So please consider going and donating. And in return for those donations, you get bonus episodes. You get comped tickets when I'm in your city. You get extended, unfiltered, uncut episodes, weekly access to my Zoom stream of my show in New York, and lots of other stuff. Patreon.com/WHGS. Listener, do not miss me when I'm in your city. I know you miss my TikToks and my Instagram posts, and sometimes you skip podcast episodes. I'm only in town once a year, so let me text you once a year when I'm in town. Or I can email you, ashleygavin.com. There's going to be 25 cities on this tour. Don't miss your city. And listener, go support Kate. They are starting their regular show, the Lucas Spectacular. It's a comedy show, drag, variety, music, all kinds of great things. Go check it out. Union Hall in Brooklyn, Thursday, May 26th. At the Kate Sis, go check it out Thursday, May 26th, listener. Listener, if you're really in touch with the queers, you know that they're microdosing. All of my queer friends are microdosing all kinds of different stuff to help them feel better and perform better and just live happier lives. The other day, I had such a great night with my friend Sarah. Some of you might know her from her toe bit. She had microdosed that day, and we just had the absolute best time together. It was just such a fun night. It was so stress-free. We were laughing the whole time. And then I found out afterwards that she had been microdosing THC, and that's why she was in such a great carefree mood. If you don't know about microdosing, you can go and Google it. It's really easy to learn about. And today our show is sponsored by Microdose Gummies,
made by Lumi. Microdose gummies deliver perfect entry-level doses of THC that help you feel just the right amount of good. You guys know that I'm sober, so I can't take this stuff, but I passed it on to my assistant and producer of this podcast, Alex, who tried the Lumi gummies, gave him a 10 out of 10, said that he was feeling so great, and I could tell they put him in an absolutely great mood. Microdose is available nationwide. To learn more about microdosing THC, just do a quick search online or go to microdose.com and use code GAY to get free shipping and 30% off your first order. That is a lot. Links can be found in the show's description. But again, that's microdose.com and code GAY.
Brie, did you have gay sex this week?
Yeah, I went on vacation and vacation sex is the best sex.
Nice.
And you have all your
Right?
vlogs about it. You can promote your vlogs.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So do you think that's cool to do like mini daily vlogs, or are they annoying?
Yeah, I feel like people love it. I saw all of those comments. Like someone wrote it was like their favorite vlog ever. They were like, this is the greatest vlog of all time or something. I was like, wow. I don't know anything about vlogs, but I feel so privileged to have access to this content.
It was not that good. It was not that good.
I loved them.
I appreciate that. One of my favorite people I follow on TikTok is Anna Paul. Do you know who Anna Paul is?
She Logan Paul's sister.
No.
Logan Paul's lesbian sister. She's like trying to get away
what
from
a
their
nightmare
brand.
existence that would be.
No, she's not even gay, I don't think. I don't know what she is, but she has a boyfriend and she doesn't talk about being gay, but she's very like supportive of the queer community. And she just vlogs every day of her life. And I love watching it. But it's weird because there's a certain type of content that you love watching, and then there's the type of content you like creating, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm dabbling, but I went to Vegas and I took a bunch of content and I was like, okay, I've got to make this into something. That's the weird thing with being a content creator. You're like, I can't just take a vacation. I've got to like make something out of this.
Yes. Because then you can write it off.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like there's like something about going on vacation that I'm like old and tired, you know, I'm busy. Like sex at home, it's like, you've got to like factor it in. It's like a lot.
Yeah.
Unless you're like you and you have it like already structured with your signature dates and you like, you know, you're coordinated, you're scheduled. But like, I've been with
if
my
you're
girlfriend
lucky,
for-
you're speaking Puerto Rican to a beautiful MILF.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like something about like a clean hotel room and you know, no one's got to be anywhere. It's great. It's just a different vibe.
Are you a Vegas? Oh, sorry.
Am I a Vegas person?
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, I love Vegas, but I feel like everyone's Vegas experience is so different.
Yeah, that's true.
Because there's so much to do. So like sometimes when friends go, I'm like, I wouldn't have done any of that. Like, it's just, there's just different choices.
Do you play games? Do you gamble?
I do like doing a little bit of the slots.
The slots?
Yeah, I'm like an old lady. I like sitting there on the slots and just like.
Did you meet any MILFs while you were down there?
Oh, there were plenty. Oh my God.
Gilfs down on the slots.
Yeah. I like to fantasize that like some like MILF is going to walk through the casino and just like throw me some chips, but it didn't happen. But I was putting out the vibe. I was hoping for the best.
Have fun, sweetheart.
Yeah, you know?
She flips you a chip, it just lands right between your tits.
Oh my God, I would love that.
Who's going to get it out with their mouth?
Okay, the waitress,
Wow.
the waitresses in the casinos, they're wearing leotards.
Oh yeah, they're like full on. They're full on, and they give you free alcohol while you gamble, right?
Right, so you do more.
So you just stay there
Make
and like
worse
get drunk and
decisions.
yeah, exactly, ruin your life. So it's really fun. It's a great time. Highly recommend.
Anyway, I don't have my house anymore.
I would like to meet, like, I've been to Vegas for soccer 3 times as an underage person. So haven't really gotten to experience, but had to witness it, because in order to get to your hotel room, you have to walk through the floor of the casino while people whip you with little switches and say, no stopping, no stopping. It's obnoxious.
I've never experienced that. What were they doing to you?
They're just like, you're not allowed to stop your feet. If you're clearly like a child, you're not allowed to stop.
I'm surprised you
your
couldn't
feet.
even walk, that you could walk through.
They make it that way so that, because the majority of their patrons
So
are
that your
not
parents
children.
abandon you.
Pretty much. They
And
make
start
it so that
gambling.
people will, every time they exit and enter the hotel, will be like, well, maybe I'll stop and just play a couple games.
Yeah.
But so being there as a child was insane because they're constantly just like, keep it moving, keep it moving.
Yeah.
But I would love to go and gamble. I would love to meet like a lesbian dealer.
Have you been to a
Card
casino as an adult?
dealer. No.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get what you want.
You don't think I'm going to find an older lesbian who's dealing poker in Vegas?
Oh, yeah, you will. Yeah, you will.
I don't think you're gonna like it. No offense to our listeners who are dealing blackjack.
I really like Texas Hold'em.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'll play with my
'Cause
family with
you're
like
different.
pennies and nickels, you know?
That checks out for me.
Because you're different.
No. I was gonna say because of you're different, and then finish the joke, but I didn't feel like roasting you. Just felt rude, especially after I said that Puerto Rican was a language.
But Brie, did you do anything romantic in Vegas?
Oh yeah, we were like, it's so fun because we like planned all these dates, and it just feels like I'm a planner. I love having like reservations and stuff.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend's more like on the whim, but I feel like we did like a little bit of both, and I just find it so romantic when you have like a reservation.
Yes.
And you get like dressed up and you know your plan, then you're going to like a show after. I don't know, it was just really fun and romantic, and I loved it. But yeah, also, okay, going back to finding a lesbian dealer in Vegas. regardless if they're lesbian or not, they will tell you they are. Like, everyone's hustling in that town. Seriously, anytime we've gone to the strippers, my girlfriend and I, when we're in Vegas, every stripper's like, I'm gay too. And you don't know if it's real or not, but it feels good when they say it to you. You're like, you like me.
Yo, I'm so
love it.
upset I didn't do my stripper in Vegas story.
I want to hear it.
Nah, another time. We'll bring you back. We'll do a
When did you
bre-peat.
go to Vegas?
I went to Vegas for a conference when I was 23 and still working at
Oh,
MIT.
shit. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Wait, did you go to a strip club with
Not this time, but almost every other time we go.
Oh, you love Vegas. You've been like a number of times.
To be fair, Julia plays hockey, and before the pandemic, every year her and her hockey team, who are primarily, you know, queer women, go down for this hockey tournament. Yeah. Did I not have to put that little note in there? Was that just like,
Do you think at the
would
Spearmint
assume
Rhino
that?
they've got it marked on the calendar? The lesbian week, the
Yeah.
lesbian hockey week.
they're like, okay, strippers, tell everyone you're a lesbian. You're gonna make way more money. No, my favorite is like 3 people the next day after we went was like, oh yeah, like the stripper that was like giving me a dance or whatever said that like she actually really liked me and she's gay, and it's like really refreshing to have someone like me in there. And I'm like, oh, okay, you got this feel. Yeah, sure.
It is weird because I actually can imagine that a dancer is dancer the correct term? I don't want to offend anyone who does this.
I think stripper's fine. I know
Stripper's
strippers
fine?
that are strippers.
Stripper,
If-
dancer,
if
or
I'm getting it
danced at a
wrong,
strip club, I don't know.
Right in, I know Aurora. I don't know if she might actually. Aurora might want to plug. If she's a stripper dancer, she does pole. She professionally, she's an entertainer, and she
The panic that's
is a listener of the podcast, and right in Aurora. That wasn't cancel panic. That was horny panic.
Oh, okay.
got it.
Just to be clear, I had cancel panic when I said
Well,
Puerto
you know,
Rican
so
was a
so
language.
she's a stripper. She's hot. She's sexy. Me sexy. Have sex with her. She's a. I don't know what term she prefers, but
when I'm
put fingers
having sex
her.
with. That's what I've done. That's how I dirty talk her. I'm fucking right at this moment in time. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna get it. I would like to be in there.
Yeah.
in there.
You okay?
Nice.
But you don't know, because I imagine some strippers
Do want to share that information with you because it's exciting.
Yeah.
if they're gay. I would think.
Yeah. I don't know. I just
It sounds like maybe lesbians are as easy marks as your average man.
Yes.
1,000%. I think that's more it. I think lesbians are A, easy marks, and B, like love to be wanted. So like the idea of like this like very like femme presenting woman being like, out of everyone here, like all these gross men, like I want you, is like, okay, like let me pull my wallet out. Here we go. Like, you know?
Yeah.
We're suckers. We're suckers just like the rest of them.
Yeah.
If a stripper were like, "Oh, I'm gay," I'd be like, "When did you come out? What's your relationship like with your mom? Are you guys good or?"
No, you wouldn't.
Oh
You'd be
my
like, I
God.
have a theory about boob energy.
I'd be like, "Is fingering exclusively inside, or can it be outside too?"
I mean, as long as you're paying them per song, I don't think they care what you talk about. Like, it doesn't really matter to them.
I would like to go.
Yo, we should go. Yo,
We should all go.
Bree. No, we have to make this content.
No, they won't let you have cameras in there. Are you crazy?
No.
We'll find a way. We'll do like we'll rent out a place.
What? I think what we need to do is we need to do like a before and after. Like we do an interview before we enter the strip club, and then
come out, like-
post.
I'm just like
We're just the
stumbling
shots.
out. I walked directly into a telephone pole.
Exactly. No, I think that would be something else.
It's so crazy they were all gay.
I've never
Every
seen so many gay
stripper.
people in one room.
Do the men know that every single one of those strippers is a lesbian?
I come out, I'm like, oh, actually, I think I left my phone as well. Oh, wait, I think I lost
left
my
my
keys.
pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to go have diarrhea in there really fast. Just like 20 more minutes in there.
That is the weird thing at these strip clubs because all the strippers hang out in the quote unquote women's bathroom. So it is like a weird thing because I think obviously predominantly the clientele are men.
Yeah.
And then you go there and when you need to go to the washroom, the people that you've just like seen on stage and are tipping and are dancing, you like walk in and you see behind the curtain. They don't have like a dressing room. It's just in the bathroom of the strip club. I know it's
I bet it
wild.
depends.
Unfair.
I bet it depends on
Yeah,
the
you're
place.
right, you're right.
I'm so fucking pissed I didn't go to the bathroom when I went to Las Vegas. And
Ashley's like, I found the loophole. I don't have to pay them a cent. I just hang out in the bathrooms.
The thing is, from what I've heard about strip clubs, I absolutely 100% am ashamed to preemptively know about myself that I would hit the buffet real hard.
No.
Yeah, I absolutely would get nervous and hungry and spend way too much of the night standing at the buffet.
I'm gonna see you doing the shrimps.
Oh.
There's garlic on these.
You're like,
You wouldn't believe how good this is.
you're like being hypnotized by a woman who's told you that today is the day she's coming out to her parents. And I'm like, yo, Ashley, they got mild and hot buffalo wings. You want some? You're like, what? You're in a stupor. And I'm just listing off the menu to you.
You're just the first person who's ever eaten there ever. They're like, holy shit, someone actually went to the buffet. This is wild.
They went on vacation as a couple to Vegas. They had reservations. They had sex in the big white bed. They went to the
good hosting.
to the strip club.
Good hosting.
They played the slots.
Yeah. Milfy slots.
Milfy slots.
Little shrimp at the strip club is what a man who likes to be emasculated calls himself.
You know what's
Call it a little
crazy?
shrimp.
Ash, people think you're a MILF. And like me too.
Stop it. Shut
Like
up.
they do. Like
No.
think about this. Think about this. When you go to a bar in Canada, it's 19. It's 19 now. So I went out the other weekend and I was like, all these people are 19 years old. And to them, like we're the old dykes at the bar. And they're like,
Girls-
holy shit, should I hit on that MILF?
Yeah, girls call me mommy on TikTok. It's
Yeah.
humiliating and I secretly love it. I'm like, yeah, I do want to be a mom one day.
Well, it's interesting because I feel like right now.
You taking it literally. Can you start responding to all the comments? Like, thank you so much. Any tips on IVF would be greatly appreciated. I'm so glad you see me as a great parental figure. I would love to hear more.
Some people say it in a kind way. They're like, you're like my gay mom. You're like my gay aunt. And some
Yeah.
people say it, mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. Like they do that.
Mommy, sorry,
Yeah.
mommy, sorry.
You know about that, right?
Yeah.
Well, we got to go to Kate. Kate, did you have gay sex this week?
I was on the road and I
Yes.
was not even gone that long and I was fucking dying, man. I was like, I was like harassing Chelsea. I was like sexting her and she was like, I'm gardening, dude. Like, what?
She's so happy. She's like, finally, I get some time where I don't have to peg the shit out of my future huswife and
Housewife.
and I can focus on my tomatoes.
I like couldn't do it. It made me like, I mean, we lived apart for years and went from like spending the summer together to being apart, spending like we spent fall of 2019 together and then we were apart again. And we didn't really ever live full time together until the pandemic hit. And then since then, obviously like travel, etc. has been pretty limited.
Yes.
And
Very much together.
we've been like very much together. And
Yeah.
I was like, how do I go to sleep? I was like, what
Aw.
the fuck? And she's going away for a week like next month. I'm like, oh no, I could barely do like 3 days. Like this is
You're such a
crazy.
little simp. This is adorable.
Yeah, I really couldn't hit it. I like FaceTimed her completely naked. She was like, nice, I'm knitting.
You guys are ready to get married.
I was like, this is fair. I'm
I love that.
she was like making the most of like a beautiful weekend with her and the dog, like, and good weather, and
Yeah.
she was just like really living her best life, and I was constantly just like, I miss you, I'm horny, I miss you, I'm horny, I'm sad, I'm alone, I miss you, I'm horny. It was very funny.
That's so funny. Well, you were in Connecticut. You weren't in
Connecticut
a
and
fun place,
Massachusetts.
which makes a big difference because when you're on tour in a fun place,
Right.
you go out and do shit.
Yeah. It was a lot of just like time in hotels.
Yeah. So masturbating?
No.
Oh.
I don't like to spend my energy before I perform. Does that make sense?
Oh, you don't like to.
Are you like one of those like all-star athletes that won't have sex for like 2 days before the big game?
No.
Kate refuses to masturbate or have sex before, like a week before they perform. They want to
just
bring
like-
all that pent up sexual. If you see Kate perform, it is like watching it. It's the bear.
They
shaking
are so
Kate.
horny while they're performing
There's so
all
much-
the time.
okay. So much foreplay.
No, two things. We've argued about this before. I feel like if you jack off properly, there is a lot of cleanup. And then you definitely have to.
Okay.
Bree disagrees.
We haven't actually argued about this on the podcast. It's in your joke. Kate has a
we've
joke.
argued about it as friends.
Oh, yes. Kate has a joke. You weigh in on the joke, Bree.
Okay.
Kate has a joke that implies that there's a great amount of cleanup to be done after a after a sesh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't necessarily think that there's a lot of cleanup that needs to be done.
Yeah.
A quick little wipe in the bathroom.
Am I
Usually-
squirting?
You're probably squirting,
Yeah.
dude.
I think you're squirting.
But I don't see it shoot out.
Oh,
It's not like a hose like in porn where they have like a little like clown nose like
we don't deserve-
and it like squirts out.
we don't deserve to have this podcast. You don't know that you've been squirting.
I don't think I am.
You're probably squirting. Do you feel a gush of fluid come out of you?
No, it's just like after the fact, there's a puddle
How big is the puddle?
as big as my ass. I don't fucking know.
Tell me how big the puddle is.
Wow.
This is such a monumental episode. I can't believe
Mhm.
we're keeping an eye on the clock, but we also need to know how big the cum
No,
puddle is.
yeah, I'm
depends.
very interested in this because my friend is similar to you and they had to purchase a special sex towel. So it's actually the best because, you know, when people are like, oh, lesbian deathbed, like, how do you keep the everything alive? And they said it's the best because their partner will like put out the sex towel and it's like the initiation. So like they walk in
Like
to
a
go to
bowl,
bed.
You just kind of snap it once and lay it down,
Yes.
essentially.
So they walk into the bedroom and if the sex towel's out, it's like, oh, okay, it's
It's
about
go
to go
time.
down. It's go
Wow.
time.
That's
But
fine.
me, I'm like you, a quick visit to the washroom afterwards, a little wipe, and I'm good.
Yeah, and I've always gotten remarks on my wetness. Like girls will not to like flex or anything, but girls will be like, "Oh my god, you're really wet." So I think
Flex. I've always gotten great reviews on how wet I am. It's incredible. 5
I'm not
stars.
dry, is what I'm
5
saying.
out of 5 splash emojis.
So I know I'm not dry, but I also don't. Look, there's no shame if you need, like, if you got to use lube or whatever, but I just
Yeah.
feel like I don't have that's not the issue. So I do think that you are squirting.
I feel like I have squirted before and it felt distinctly different from like the everyday stuff. So that makes me think even less that I'm just like squirting. I think it's just profuse.
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't sound quite right to me. And it's not like anything I've experienced. And I have a solid sample size.
Yeah, I feel like for science, you need to have sex over a bucket and then we can like measure it out at the end.
Chelsea will be thrilled.
It's for the podcast, babe. We gotta do it.
They keep writing in. They have to know.
Okay, yeah, I just don't like to jack off like before shows. And when you're on the road, it's constantly like a before show time.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I need to shower. Then I get paranoid that people can smell that I've jacked off, even if I've showered. and sometimes I get dizzy from coming. And so then I don't want to be like dizzy, smelly, and wet from my shower.
Walking to the venue, just running into walls. You're just so disoriented.
That's why you walk out of the strip club like so fucking disoriented. It's just the strippers are slipping across. There's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Hands free, squirting out the leg of my jeans.
Oh my God.
They ban you. They're like, no, it took us months to clean up that puddle. We didn't even have flood insurance.
I don't know, man.
The dizzy thing is amazing to me. I've never heard that before.
You must come so hard.
I don't know what it is. I've revealed so much information.
We gotta get Chelsea on the pod.
She will not talk to you about this.
You were just like rocking your own shit every time you masturbate.
But the crazy thing is that girls right now are going crazy. They're like, why isn't Kate single? I wanna come like Kate. I have to come like Kate.
Okay, wait.
Hashtag come like Kate.
Like
I know we
Kate.
have to go, but something just came into my mind that's like, when I come, it's like the grape lady who fell down.
Grape lady.
Grape lady falls down the YouTube video. I'm just like, squish, 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 squish. Ah, ow, ow, ow. Like, that's how I come. Just go watch Grape Lady Falls Down. That's exactly how I come.
And you can buy the wine at we'rehavingaysex.com/Kate's Cum Wine. Get it right now.
Oh my God, yeah.
It is a white.
Mm-hmm.
Ew. That was my absence of gay sex this week.
No, that was gay sex.
That was vulnerability is what it was.
Yeah, and that's what gay sex is.
Gorgeous.
Okay, if you guys don't follow us and get on our text lists and our email lists separately, ashleygavin.com, katesis.com, we will fucking kill you. And we're not gonna email you or text you that often. We're just letting you know that we're in your city.
Yes.
To sell you tickets so that you can come see us live. Okay, that is the only reason that we're doing this. Because guys, this podcast, the ads are not, they're just so fucking few and far between, and because of the gay thing. So please, patreon.com/WHGS, see us live. It's so helpful. Bree, do you have anything that you want to plug?
Yeah, just follow me on Instagram at Breanne Williamson. My podcast, I Can Explain Podcast, is linked there. And I also have a newsletter now.
That's right.
Nice.
So that is linked in the bio. And mine's working. So if you want to get on that, just click the link in the bio.
Ours are working.
I haven't tried mine yet.
They might not be working. We have no idea. Kate might be having technical difficulties because everything's waterlogged. Maybe that's what's going on with your house.
Oh no! I've been coming so hard the walls are rotted.
Kate's been having trouble with their house.
Oh my God.
That's why the leaks are only on the first floor.
Oh.
Because I've been fucking myself up on the second.
I need you to walk on stage next time you do stand up with a helmet on and like elbow pads and be like, sorry, I just masturbated. You're just like, just disoriented.
That is actually your gender. That's the most your gender thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
And as always, listener, patreon.com/WHGS. You might have heard me complaining recently about how hard it is for us to get sponsors because of the name of our podcast. So we actually have fewer sponsors than most podcasts at our level do. So we don't make as much money because we don't have as many ad reads. So your $1 a month can really help. For $3, you get bonus content and my live stream on Sunday School every week, my comedy show. And for $5, you get 2 bonus episodes a month. And for $10, you're getting 4 of those. That's nuts. Patreon.com/WHGS. Pay Alex. Pay Kate.